wanted to even do the pod.
No, I might as well just quit right now.
Is it over?
Yeah, it's over.
Have we started yet?
We did, actually.
Is it over?
Why don't you just close this and put it on top?
Well, I'm going to sneak pie it. And we did actually start, so...
Are we on the air?
Yeah.
Oh! Hello!
Hello and welcome to the Go On Podcast.
Do you want to do the theme song?
Theme song.
Why? I just wanted to bring it closer. Isn't it better that way? Oh, wait a second. Is the mic muted?
Uh-oh, there we go.
Hello! We're back. We're surrounded by pizza and wings and dips and fries.
On my foot.
And spilled water and movie cups.
Not bad, though.
We are guestless this week in the Go On living room.
But you know what? This kind of feels right, you know?
It's home.
The three amigos, as they call us. They on the internet.
On the Karachi forums.
What the fuck is a Karachi forum?
Karachi is
Isn't Karachi like a place in the Middle East?
yeah.
What? Is that a forum? I don't understand. What am I missing?
There's forums online.
Okay.
They're on the internet.
Got it.
The internet was invented by the FBI.
Understood.
The FBI is adapted from the NSA.
Okay.
The NSA controls the internet.
Okay.
And Bob Dylan is sellout.
Yeah, but what about Jacob Dylan and the Wallflowers?
Don't get
Right?
me
Is that the
started.
band? Is that what the band's called?
I don't know.
Dylan? Were they called the Wallflowers?
Yeah.
The Wallflowers.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
it.
What was their hit song?
The Wallflowers.
They had that song that sounded like a Bob Dylan song.
Oh.
That one, yeah, okay.
No, that's how it went. That's
Yeah,
actually
no, I
pretty
get
good.
it.
I haven't heard it in a long
That's
time.
close.
I'm pretty fucking
This
impressed.
is our musical episode. It just happened.
Like that.
Yeah.
Right? This makes for
Bob
good
Dylan.
podcasting.
Pretty much.
If I'm aware of anything, it would be what podcasting is.
No, this podcast is called the Go On Podcast, and there's rules to this podcast.
What are they?
We come up with scenarios,
Okay.
and then we answer them, and then we talk about them for a bit, and
Okay.
then we fuck around. We might
Okay.
go on Craigslist and answer some personal ads. Who
No,
knows?
Galen's saying no to that,
Who
and he
knows?
is wearing a toque indoors. So if anyone has that sort of authority,
Galen's always wearing a toque. Have you ever noticed that?
oh, actually, I picture him usually wearing a bandana.
That's true.
Galen, what do you think you wear more, toque or bandana?
I alternate between toque, bandana, and those, I don't know what those caps are called, the little gray caps.
The little
I feel
flat
like
caps?
just driving
Like the newsy hat?
yeah,
turbans?
like the newsy hat. And
Oh, a turban.
Oh. Galen's racist.
It's called a wind turbine, is what you're
Right.
trying to
Well, when I'm
describe.
trying to save energy, I wear the wind turbine.
Oh, a wind turbine. Okay, I understand now. I get it. I understand. Are we all feeling a bit sluggish right now?
Yeah, it's gonna be a slow one.
It might be
think-
slow. I'm sick. Jeff, who is our new guest as of late, is sick and fucking bailed.
Bailed out.
Like the fucker that he is. Am I right, guys?
Mhm.
Is he
Fuck that guy.
he's a fucker.
Fuck that guy.
Where's Kyle?
Also
Kyle's
a fucker.
also a fucker.
Also a
But
fucker.
all
he's
day and
pretty
fucker.
regularly a fucker, so...
It's true.
Is
You
anyone
know who else is a
really-
fucker? Bill Turnbull.
Bill Turnbull.
We don't
Also a
even-
fucker.
When was the last time that fucker was on this show?
No idea.
He's not allowed in my house, so...
Oh. Well, they'll do
What
it.
did he do? Give us the deeds.
No.
No? That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's
No.
all I got.
Alright. That's fair.
Listen, I don't have a bin that says lawyer bin for Bill for no reason.
Lawyer bin, Bill. You're right. He is
Get
right.
ready. If he comes in here,
And for everyone listening at home, next to that bin is a pink stuffed llama stuffed
An alpaca.
animal.
No,
Alpaca.
llama.
The creepiest.
Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare.
it's adorable and it's sleeping and I can't get
And it
rid
houses
of
Kleenexes in its spine. And it's a fucking... it is like an
It's like-
elder god.
it.
It's
You
like
come back when you're sad and you need to cuddle something soft and then
I ain't
cry
cuddling
into a
that.
Kleenex.
Oh.
it's like
That's-
2 feet tall. It's a pink.
It's not 2
fluffy.
feet.
It's a
You
foot
have
and a
a
half.
poor
That's
judgment.
a foot and a half.
It's pretty far away, Spencer.
I'm
You
pretty
know,
far
I'll
away.
give you a foot and a half.
Foot and a half.
I would say just over a foot, but whatever.
Okay.
Foot 3 inches.
It's too big. It's too big to be sitting on a table like that.
Oh, it
Just
is
housing Kleenexes for no good reason.
diabolical.
Why do Kleenexes even need a house?
Why do they pop out of his spine?
What's wrong?
Ugh.
What's wrong?
It's like those spiders that have their babies on their backs, and when you just look at them, you're like, oh, that's a big-ass spider, but who cares? It's just one spider, and all of a sudden it moves, and then just baby
Boom.
spiders everywhere.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's disgusting.
That's what that fucking alpaca dickhead is. Am I right, people at home? Yep, that's silence.
Hey,
You
there
agree.
it is.
Yep.
Waiting for a reply, and it came. Thank you. I've got the first narrative. Oh, this is a horrible first one. I'll take it.
No, let's try it. Let's not
Go the podcast is our Instagram.
go the podcast, all one word,
Yeah.
and there's no photos uploaded.
From us.
No.
Well, how come?
I haven't taken any ever.
So you should start.
I don't believe in podcast Instagrams.
Do you believe in Tumblrs?
I used to.
You used to, exactly.
Hold on.
What?
Keep talking.
Why is he pulling up his? You're taking a photo for Instagram.
Well, I gotta get Instagram first, but you keep
Oh
talking.
Lord. Okay, read the scenario.
If you won a free life-size cardboard cutout of the person of your choosing, who would it be?
What?
Jean-Claude Van Damme, obviously.
Why Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Why not? I want people to walk by and like, oh, it's probably a cardboard cutout, but I want them to think maybe the
Is he in a
muscles from
pose?
Brussels is just flexing in the window. No, roundhouse kicking constantly.
You should have him doing the splits over something.
Right?
Right?
Okay, yeah. No, see over there. So then, like,
Like right over the couch, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
choose.
I'm a New York cabbie, and that's what I choose.
What's the
Pizza.
right half?
Maybe the Subway, yeah.
I would choose the baby from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Honey, I blew up the baby
The
from
baby.
Honey. Why?
With the bunny or without the bunny?
With.
Oh.
So I'd have that, and it has to be life size. So that's like, what, 200 feet?
Okay, sure.
200
that's
foot.
free, yeah.
Sweet.
Giant baby
Fucking awesome,
cardboard
yeah.
cutout. I want to say Godzilla, but you said the person, so I was like, think outside the box. Think outside the box. I was like, oh, wait a second. No, wait. Can I change my mind?
Yep.
Was Daryl Hannah in Attack of the 50-Foot Woman?
I think that is
The
somebody
remake?
else. Oh, I don't know.
If it's her, I'll choose that instead. Daryl Hannah was a baby back in the day. Remember Blade
Yeah, she
Runner?
was. I watched Splash the other day.
Also a babe in that.
Yeah, but she has a weird man face.
Yeah, I mean,
She looks like
She's
she's
not
probably got
perfect.
massive hands.
the reason I
bet
like
she
her...
has gargantuan hands.
I
Like,
picture
just
her as a babe.
basketball gripping.
Oh, for sure. She could palm a watermelon.
Yeah.
But the reason I think she's a babe is because of Blade Runner, and you're not going to change my mind on her in Blade Runner. But everything other than Blade Runner, not so much. But it all just spins off of that.
You were right.
Daryl Hannah, that's who I choose!
Oh.
That's who I choose.
In that outfit?
Oh, yeah.
Where would you put that? Front lawn?
Yeah, where I deposit it directly into my spank bank is where I would put that.
I'm gonna give it to Galen.
Galen!
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme is.
Yeah, what
Is he
would
doing
you
the splits between two trucks?
No, the window. I said that
Oh,
already.
yeah.
Jim, what would you do?
Oh, I would choose the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
That's not a human.
I
You said person!
I love it. Don't take myself taking
Going
it.
to the Gozarian.
Son of a... He's what? Oh, I think you just said
That's
something
true.
about Aryans. Yeah, you're right.
Gozarian.
You're right.
He's
You're
a
right. You're
Gozarian.
right. You're right.
I
fucked up.
Too soon.
It is too soon. Rip Harold Ramis, everybody.
Rip.
What's this episode called? Something cool?
Themed episode number 367485476634.
How organic.
Pretty good. That's pretty yoga.
If every orgasm you had made your penis say a quote from a Harrison Ford movie, what would your orgasm quote be?
Orgos. I don't know any Harrison
Ergos.
Ford quotes. Do you guys?
From any Harrison Ford
Grabs
movie.
the hat. I don't know.
Yeah, like...
What just happened? Grab the hat. Don't even
It
worry
wasn't me, it was the one-armed man.
That would be the penitent man. The penitent man.
like, I know, like, Han Solo
I didn't
quotes.
do it, I don't care.
But, like, even Han Solo quotes I barely know.
Wait, are they Harrison Ford or Indiana Jones? I wasn't listening.
Harrison Ford.
Okay.
So from any
But,
Harrison
like-
Ford movie, doesn't necessarily even have to
So it would
be
just be,
Harrison
like-
Ford. Just from a Harrison Ford movie.
So just him mumbling.
I gotta IMDb a couple of Harrison Ford quotes or something. I can't think of any cool quotes.
Well,
why Harrison Ford? Why did you pick Harrison
It's from
Ford?
any Harrison Ford movie, so it could
You could do
be
anything
from Star Wars.
But yeah,
I know.
But why did you pick Harrison Ford when you were coming up with this?
Well,
idea?
because I was thinking of The Fugitive, which I haven't seen in a long time, and I thought it would be funny. I think that would be that would be mine.
Like, don't get me wrong, he's not a terrible actor or anything like that, but like, something from Blade Runner would be actually is what I'm thinking. Let's see a cool quote.
Yeah, you're all over Blade Runner before, now you can't think about it.
Yeah, because I'm a shit human.
Well, now that that's established.
Galen, what is your quote? Did you decide?
Dependent man.
That's not a quote.
That's not.
It is from Indiana Jones, you fuckers.
What is it? What are you saying?
The penitent man. The penitent man. It's when he's repeating
Penitent
what his
man.
father told him as he's crossing the fucking thing. Indiana Jones, fuck y'all.
It's a horrible quote.
Yep. It's a horrible question for a horrible answer
I
for a
think that's
horrible
pretty
quote.
good.
Hey,
it's your
okay,
turn.
I got one.
All right.
This is shit, but it is relevant. So every time I jizzed,
Yeah.
my dick would say, and this is from Blade Runner, have you felt yourself to be exploited in any way? And that's what my dick would say. You just ask that of the girl, and they'd be like, what? Ugh. And then it would totally ruin the mood. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen at home, we're sorry that we're drinking water, and we're very slow tonight. But I hope you're having a good time. We're having a good time, am I right?
Hey, get out of here!
What was your quote?
Have you ever felt exploited in any way?
Keep going.
That's the quote.
I know. I mean, with the episode.
Oh, you mean like us to continue talking?
Keep talking. It's
Okay.
happening.
All right.
Galen, you won that round.
Hooray! 2-2.
Galen.
Yeah.
Oh, give him a minute so he can hit the music.
Penitent man.
There we go. Is this only picking up the sound from TV right now, or is it actually directly into it?
Hey.
It's probably picking that up, but that's going to be louder because it's recording that anyway, so
Okay.
it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
We're playing at the exact same
That's
time.
fine, as long as there's no delay, Galen.
Was there delay in the last 2 episodes you listened to?
I don't know.
Well, then you didn't see it. It didn't happen.
Little did you know that
Okay.
Universe was trying to tell you something based on the last piece of food that you ate.
We all ate the same thing.
Cheesy bread.
Oh, I ate it.
Based on the last piece of food you ate, what do you think the universe wants you to realize? The greatest realization wins.
I'm lactose intolerant. Literally, and I just ate the cheesy bread. I'll have a stomach ache any minute now. That's what it's trying to tell me. It's trying to tell me what's wrong with you. That's what it's trying to say. Galen?
It's like it's saying you did it, man. You got all this food. Congratulations. Thanks,
You-
universe.
Hey, you did it.
You did it.
You think it'd be something
You
more
fucking did it.
existential for you because you just ate a chicken wing, and it's a wing off a bird that can't actually fly, and we're cutting its non-flyable.
They can move when they need
Birds
to. They don't mind.
Don't fly. They just like jump up on things, and it like helps them get up.
Well, it was a bird that was born to never fly, even though it had the ability to do so.
Talking directly to Matthew McConaughey from True Detective right now.
Now, when birds can't fly, you take them out to roost.
I reckon I found this one in a swamp. Are you guys caught up on that
The
show?
roost is where
I
the
tried watching the
fox
first one.
goes.
You didn't like
I didn't
it?
pay enough attention.
It's great.
Are you caught up on it?
Yeah.
The last episode when it ends?
Excellent.
And like I knew it was going to be that guy, so I read this BuzzFeed thing on like who it could be, and it suggested that guy.
Oh, really?
And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And
Yeah.
then, like, as soon as I saw him on the tractor, I was like, I bet that's him. Because it was also saying, like, a lot of people were saying, like, don't expect, like, some weird Shyamalan twist to it, you know? So as soon as I saw that guy, I was like, oh, I bet that's him. And sure enough, his beard is gone. He has scars all over.
Yeah.
Something's cool. But, like, I don't understand how they can wrap it up in an episode. Because, like, next season is totally different characters, totally different stories.
Really?
Yeah. It's like an American Horror Story type thing, except not reusing actors.
Huh.
But it's still going to be all written by the same guy, like the one-man writing team.
Oh, but
I don't know if it'll have the same
McConaughey's not gonna
director.
do it?
Yeah, nobody's in it.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's in it. So I don't know if it'll have
Is
the
it
same
still going to be
director.
called True Detective?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope they get fucking good people to do it. McConaughey's so fucking good. It's ridiculous.
McConaughey's the fucking man in that show. I thought Matthew McConaughey was pretty cool before that, and like I liked him in other things. But then seeing that, you're just like, oh, you're
Yeah.
fucking good.
Apparently, did you see that thing on? I think it was on Reddit today. There was a thing about how McConaughey made like 190-page like graph chart of of his character's like plot line and life, and to just keep track of where he was at any moment because he had to have to like go back in time, right?
That's insane.
He had to like know
That's fucking
the details
dedication.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win a fucking Emmy for that show,
Oh fuck! It's so good.
I'll cut my own head off in protest. Because like, I mean, love or hate that show.
Comes back to the bar.
So,
fuck, that's so good.
Yeah,
so fucking good.
Does not give a shit about her.
Yeah,
he's so awesome. And at first, I was thinking it could have been. This is a lot of spoilers, but whatever. At first, I was thinking it could have been Woody Harrelson's character, but now I don't think so. I don't think he's the Yellow King.
No.
I also like how into it, like, if you, like, look up back, like, all the stuff on the internet's been popping up with, like, all the books and stuff that they reference, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Galen, you nerd out with it. I'm surprised that you haven't watched more.
It's just another one of those shows where, like, I know I'll actually enjoy it. When I watched it for the first time I tried to watch it, I just wasn't in the right headspace for it at all.
Yeah.
And I was just, like, zoning out.
Yeah.
I got, like, halfway through and, like, I'm not paying enough attention. Fuck it.
But you're lucky, because now you can just marathon the whole fucking series.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you have to do, actually. Like, I watched the first 3 and it got me to it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But I think if I watched the first one and then waited a week, I might not.
But now I'm so fucking anxious. Like,
yeah.
It's the only show that I really look forward to. Like, I like stuff like Workaholics. I watch Face Off every week, you know? I like
Face
Community,
Off?
That reality TV show where it's like a special effects makeup competition.
Oh, okay.
It's cool. It's like, not everyone's great, but it's pretty neat to watch. And, like, it's good because they don't play up the drama like a lot of reality TV shows do. They're not like, oh, who hates who or who's trying to backstab who. Everyone's like pretty nice and everyone helps each other. And it's like there's rarely any footage from home. And when it is, it's just them like sitting there being like, cool, I'm excited about tomorrow. And then it's like right back to the thing. You know what I mean? Like there's no like bullshit involved.
Huh.
It's good. I don't know. It's neat.
That'd be cool.
It's Galen's mission. He's going to be on it one day, right? You don't want to be on Face Off.
Not really.
That one in the kitchen looks awesome.
I know, but...
What's in the kitchen? I didn't get to see it.
It's a fish
You should look at it. It's cool.
Probably seen a picture.
Sweet. I want to see it.
Sweet. It's just a plate with
Sweet,
fish head on
maybe.
it. Just keep it in the kitchen.
Galen, your art's really coming along, dude. Man, would you get this today?
Yeah.
The butcher?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Wait, why wouldn't you want to be on Face Off?
I'd rather just have a job.
Yeah,
Do
but
it.
wouldn't it be cool? Don't you think it'd be just be
Wouldn't that be
fun?
a great way to get your start?
Yeah.
No.
Break into the biz?
Why?
Not really. I don't know. It's just so It's like a lot of people I know like go into like fashion or other shit. Like they watch the fashion. It's like I would never do that.
Huh. Why not?
Because it's just like fucking one. You can't really do that. You have to fucking rush.
Yeah.
I don't. It's the competition. I don't think I would enjoy the competition fucking atmosphere.
I think I like one. Look, so back in the day, at one point for some reason I got an agent somehow because I was helping workshop this play for the Fringe Festival, and then this agent came, saw it, and was like, "Hey, you're really good. I'll be your agent." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "I don't give a shit about acting, but I'll try this." And so the first thing he got, he was like, "Oh, I hear you do like poetry and you do readings and stuff." This is like 5-6 years ago. I was like, maybe like 5 years ago. And anyways, I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, well, there's this reality TV show. I don't know whatever happened to it, but he was like, we want you to like be on this reality TV show where they put like different poets in a house in New York City. And I was just like,
what?
This sounds whack. Like,
Wow.
I don't want to do this. And like, things fell through, and I didn't end up having like
We're looking for fresh young poets.
Yeah, it was weird,
all
right?
be in the same,
and I didn't have like a working visa or anything like that, so it basically just cut me out of the running right away. But I was just like, I wouldn't watch that shit.
No.
Like in the summer, I met with these producers.
real world poetry.
Yeah, I met with these. This is whatever. I'm gonna throw this show under the bus. I don't think it'll ever happen. But so in the summer, I met with these TV producers who are doing this thing. They recommend this other person in the writing community recommended me as a host for this show. But it was supposed to be this reality TV show where they would take famous old poets, which, I mean, you could put a gun to the average person's head and say, name a poet from, like, a contemporary old-ass poet. No one would have any idea who to say. So you take famous poets, like, respectable people, and then you pair them with rappers, and you give them rappers like Choclair, because that's all they could get. And then they would give them a week to write a rap song together. And then at the end of each episode would just be following one pair. And then at the end of the season, all the pairs get together and they have a rap off. and then the winner gets money donated to a charity. Anyways, it's the fucking wackest thing I ever heard in my life. And these people were like, yeah, like, we think you'd be an awesome host for it. And I was just like, I would never watch that. Like, I would never, ever watch that. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
And, like, Maestro Fresh West, I think, was, like, attached to it and stuff. And it's just so whack. And they're like, are you into it? And I was, like, smiling and polite. Like, took me out for, like, coffee and, like, to ask about this. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm into it. But then, like, as soon as I left, I called my sister. I was like, that's whack as hell, right? Like, I should not do this, right? And she's like, who the fuck would watch that shit? And I was like, yeah, like, how do, like, TV producers not realize, like, oh, wait a second, this is a stupid fucking idea. Like, no one would watch my stupid idea. Anyways, it never, like, I never really heard about it, and I never followed up on it, because we had, like, 2 more internet conversations, and it's just like, I'm gonna let this one die. But it's just, like, so weird. Like, who thinks of these shitty ideas, and who, at what point is someone like, I think an 80-year-old white guy rapping with fucking Maestro Fresh West could be a cool show. No, it couldn't be. Not at all.
We'll take washed-up rappers and match them with retired veterans.
Yeah! So
in a no-holds-barred battle
so
of
awful.
rap might.
I don't get it. I do not get it at all. So anyways, that's 2 near brushes with fame that was avoided by being able to realize what whackness was.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why I am unsuccessful. Ta-da! Next scenario.
What's this one? Oh, that was mean.
Oh, that's mean. No, don't do that one.
What is one life lesson that you could personally teach and that every high schooler should know before graduating? Plus bonus points. What is the final exam question that you make everyone answer?
So we're a teacher?
You're a teacher. What could you
like
teach?
If I just instantly became a teacher right now.
Yeah.
Huh.
You're a teacher.
I would say...
You need to teach one important thing before they're graduating. You should put something on the exam.
I guess I'd have to be an art teacher because I really don't have any other skills at all. I would teach them that OCAD's for snobs and
Yep.
Pretty much.
fuck
Fair.
the system.
Fuck the system.
That's why I'm a teacher now.
Wait a second, are you a teacher? I don't understand. Oh, in this
scenario.
I was like, you're teaching classes?
Yeah.
Okay, I would be a sociology teacher.
Okay.
And I feel like there's so many things I wish I could have said. There's so many things I wish I could tell my 18-year-old self. Be like, yo, don't fucking do this. What would I do? I think the most important thing I would say was because, so growing up, I didn't get a lot of girlfriends. I had a girlfriend when I was in like OAC, at the end of OAC, and that was my first real girlfriend. And I think I would tell people, and so after you get out of Uxbridge, what's that?
I'm trying to remember who it was.
Allison.
Right.
Yeah. But so then when you get out, see, I feel like this happens to a lot of small town kids, at least. You get out of your shitty small town, and then you suddenly, like, you didn't have a lot of luck with the gender, sex, whatever you're into, and then you get out, and then you're like, oh, wait a second, like, people, I can actually pick people up, and then you kind of go nuts with it all, and then I feel like, for me, like, it ended up being in a couple of relationships, and you're like, oh, this is a shit relationship, and I should have quit this a long time ago, but then you're like, I'm just so happy that somebody likes me, so you don't drop it, you know what I mean? And I think my lesson would, to that, my, like, message would be, like, if it's shit, let it die. You know, like, don't keep trying to resurrect this corpse. Like, let that die. Because I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. And that would be a sociology lesson. Like, I wanted to say something like, played out like it gets better, because it does.
Yeah.
Which is fair, and it does. And as cliched as it is, it definitely can be shit, but then things are usually cooler. Or, like, don't squander opportunities or something like that. Because I feel like people do that. Or something, but I feel like the relationship advice is pretty universal.
So you're going with the more swearier version of "There's plenty of fish in the sea."
Yeah,
gem.
Yeah.
All right.
Just, if it's shit, let it die. That's
You do you.
Yeah, you do you. Exactly. So, and then what do I have to come up with? The final exam question?
Yeah.
Huh. And it has to relate to that, I suppose, right?
It doesn't have to.
Bruce would definitely have like a hashtag YOLO on it, probably.
How many years after graduating high school is it acceptable to stay in your shitty small town before you move away?
-2.
Yeah. Is -2 the right answer?
-2 is the right answer. -2 is correct. Because I don't know, whatever. Maybe that's shitty. Because some people stayed in Uxbridge and are cool with it. But I feel like a lot of people just stay because they're like, or like any place, you know what I mean? They're just like, oh, like I don't want to move to a big city or whatever. I don't want to do stuff. Like it's easy to be a big fish in a small pond, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's simple.
Yeah.
It's easy. They don't have to do anything.
There's no competition. You get a cool landscaping or construction job and buy a house and have a family. And here I am, some schmuck who can't afford to do that in a shitty, expensive city, but...
Yeah, that's the thing. And then you move to the city and you do all these things, and then after 3 years, you're like, oh, fuck, man, I should move out of the city and really settle down.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. We're working fucking backwards. Meanwhile, all these dudes who have their, like, heavy... they have, like, all these heavy machinery licenses and shit and work in factories in the country and stuff. Or just, like, set, have a pool, have a boat, wife and 2 kids and a dog.
Planning the next vacation.
Yeah, seriously, this is a really reflective episode. It's weird. Well, that's what you get when Kyle and Jeff don't show up. We get real, ladies and gentlemen. When there's no alcohol, we drink water.
Teacher, Jim?
Yeah, what's yours?
What would I teach?
Yeah, what's your lesson?
I'd be a guidance counselor.
Ugh.
Yep. And
never liked him. I gotta say, never liked him.
I hate it all.
No, I'm a little pervy. That's the problem. Always a little pervy. I make you uncomfortable.
Yes, you do. Oh, you think this is the guidance counselor?
This is the guidance counselor now. Guidance counselor makes you uncomfortable.
You don't get to put questions on exams, Jim.
No, but I really forced my way into
Or are you
class.
one of those ones that like...
I named the class. I created the class.
Social
like,
studies and then...
Guidance class.
I actually...
volleyball team.
Pretty much. Yeah, I do. I'm like jack of all spades.
Butt fondling class is your class.
Exactly. Who wants to sit down on Papa's knee, kind of practice for multiple
Diddle yourself 101.
That guy's the worst.
Who?
Who?
I forgot the teacher's name. Dude, guidance counselor, came in like right at the end.
Was I there?
He taught girls volleyball.
And what, he got molested or something?
He was always creepy.
But did he get charged or some like scandalous shit?
This, we shouldn't say people's names.
Don't say their names, but make up a name.
Then how will you know if I'm saying
I don't even remember his real name, so...
Was it Mr. Blank?
Say something it rhymes with. No one knows.
I don't remember his fucking name.
Bavery?
Really?
Was it? I don't know.
I don't think
Huh.
so. I don't know his name.
I heard some shit about Mr. Bavery.
Mr. Bavery? Oh
Mr.
no!
Bavery Paisley, yeah, no.
Who knows? Who knows?
Wow. Did you hear about that guy getting stabbed to death in Uxbridge?
No.
Like a week ago.
The one that died, I don't know who stabbed
Yeah.
to death.
Yeah. His name, I don't recognize his name. He's 26
Something
though.
more.
Richard Morrison.
Yeah.
Don't recognize his name. And I looked at my OAC yearbook. I guess I'm just too old or something, but
Well, he would have been a year younger than me, so.
yeah.
Oh.
But he's not in there. But yeah, apparently he's like around the corner from the arena.
He was on Galloway.
Fuck.
Oh, you did it.
I did it. It was me, guys.
You did it.
That's nuts.
It wasn't me.
What did he get stabbed for?
I don't know. But it's like, I think his family found him at home just stabbed to death. And initially they're trying to say, oh, maybe it's a suicide. Yeah, maybe this dude stabbed himself to death.
Elliot Smith style.
Yeah, exactly. When I found out that's how Elliot Smith kills, I was like, fuck that guy. That's nuts.
That is the saddest thing.
That is not slitting your wrist.
No.
That is stabbing yourself to death.
Why
that
not
is
just like
cry
jump
for
out a
attention.
fucking window or like...
Or take a bunch of pills and just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Do something that's not going to be hours of dragging out on the floor.
Yeah, I'd much rather take a fistful of OxyContin and just go to sleep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fuck that. But yeah, some guy got stabbed to death in Uxbridge. Scandalous.
Crazy.
But I don't know anyone that knows him.
5 years after the after prom.
Right? To the day.
What's your question, Jim?
I can't believe Mr. Bavery got molested.
He was... Or was it Mr. Bark? Maybe.
Mr. Bark.
I don't even know what real name you're trying to allude to here.
I know Mr. Bavery, but I can't picture Mr. Bark.
Mr.
No one listens to this fucking podcast. We can say the name.
Stark?
Mr. Stark.
Mr. Stark? Gym teacher? Tall gym teacher? Mr. Stark. Top business.
Knew I fucking hated.
Oh, what was my question? What was the question on the exam?
Yeah. Before we started that game.
Alright.
Whoever did the rhyme did the crime. No exceptions.
He who smelt it dealt it. That's not even a question. That's just a statement. Oh, Gail, Jim won?
Thank you. Some useful advice.
God damn it. Man.
Never turn your back. Don't put baby in a corner. And so
All
on.
those.
That's fair.
If you had to describe your sexual life with a book or movie title, what would it be and why?
Book
Gone with the Wind.
Pretty good.
Self-explanatory.
Yep.
I don't know. What would yours be?
The 100 Days War. The 100 Years War. A chronicle of the 100 Years War.
Mine would be... I got nothing. Why am I can't think of anything funny. I'm looking at the million movies all over this room and books, and I can't think of...
Beetlejuice.
Labyrinth.
Not bad.
Free Willy.
Ghostbusters still would work, yeah.
Free Willy.
Dude.
That's
Free
what I would
Willy.
say.
Okay.
That's shit. That sounds like I want free cock. Or I'm giving my cock away for free.
It does.
There,
It sounds
I
like
fixed
both those things.
That
That's the book.
sucks.
Free
What?
Willy 2.
There,
Revenge
I
of the
fixed
Cock.
Bizarre Phenomena.
Wizard for Hire.
Wizard for Hire. Small favor.
Small favor, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
That's fine.
Spencer wins that round.
Hooray!
Ba-da.
Ba-dow.
I wish it was hotkeyed. But there we go.
That might be all I have.
Well, we got 14 minutes.
Yep, the universe. One lesson. Yep. Yep. Oh, I had one more. What 4 words could you say to your parents that would devastate them the most? 4 words to devastate your parents.
Oh, I know it.
Just destroy them. Hurt them
Oh.
to pieces. Just garbage in their hands.
I was like, I
I'm
can't.
counting my fingers.
Yeah, I am.
Audio podcast.
4
Audio
words.
Podcast. Yeah.
Pod, no one listens to the podcast. No, it's 5 words. 5 words. Fuck.
I think it would be...
My podcast sucks. It's not... fuck.
I wonder if... I don't want to risk this. I was going to say, do we issue a challenge where we say, unless someone writes something on our Facebook page, we won't do something the following week, but then we might just never end up doing the podcast again.
We're just gonna sit here quietly, and all the people that actually listen are fucked.
Sometimes I compare this podcast to like a softball league, you know, where you just get together with your friends once a week. It's fun, you do
Yeah.
it. But then this is more like a softball team where you don't play anyone else. You all show up, you have your fucking gear, you all are joking around, having a good time, but then the other team fucking no-shows every week.
Well,
That's what this podcast is. A softball league with one team. We toss the ball around, hit a couple like grounders. That's
Some
about
pop
it.
flies.
getting ready
Yeah.
for the big
Yeah.
league, okay?
Yeah, we end up playing 500 up
We're
for an
stretching,
hour,
stretching our mitts out.
smoking weed in Trinity Bellwoods, and then we're over. That's it.
Sweet. Good night.
All right. I think the most devastating thing I would say to my parents, I would say, and you can substitute this, change around to make it suit your own family, but it would be, sorry, I killed my sister.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Because that means not only is their son a murderer,
Right.
but you also killed, like, I only have one, I have a sister, that's it. That means that you also killed their other kid.
Yeah.
So one of the kids is dead, and the other one murdered her.
Fuck.
I killed my sister. And I feel like that would just be like, what other nightmare could you think of? Like, oh my
pretty
god,
bad.
one of them is
Pretty
a
bad.
fucking monster, and the other one's dead now because of that monster. Pretty horrific.
Horrible.
This is the fucking darkest episode
Darkest
in the world.
episode ever.
I didn't kill my sister. I love you. I'm not gonna say your name, but I love you, sister.
Galen?
Figure it out.
Want to hurt your parents?
What, you
No,
you
not
putting this
anymore.
into some fucking computer algorithm or something?
I'm just seeing how hard it is if they just knew who you were to figure out who your sister was. And that wouldn't be hard at all.
Wait, can you just Google Spencer Butt's sister?
Oh, maybe. That's fine.
Why? How did you find out?
Well, you can stalk people on Facebook pretty easy.
Oh, thanks, Creepoid.
You're welcome.
Didn't know I did the podcast with the NSA.
Spencer, but
A derivative of the FBI, as we all know.
Admiral Whitmore Spencer Butts. That's you, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Whitmore.
Ah, looks
Hey.
just like you.
View complete profile. Sign up.
Oh, what's
your credit
happening?
card in?
Who's this person?
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn Breitert's
View complete
I don't know
profile.
what's happening. Okay.
So what would you guys say to devastate your family?
I am moving home.
Yeah.
Again. Shit.
I'm moving home.
Yeah, I got nothing.
My parents would be bummed, but I think they'd be ultimately kind of stoked. Or not even stoked, but whatever. I don't think they'd be devastated. What would you say, Jim?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
I think I really nailed it, to be honest, guys.
What if I like?
To do that, the murder.
I sold your house. Like, if you sold your parents' house,
I sold your house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I had to
That's-
count
yeah,
it
yeah.
out.
you sold your parents' house, and they forced them onto the streets.
But
to
then there would
live
be
like
profit from
homeless
it, right?
people.
They
Well,
would have a lot of follow-up questions.
I sold
They'd
it.
be like, "How
So-
did you do that? It's not even under our name. How did you do that?" And I'd be like, "Shh."
It happened.
I sold your house. Yeah, devastating, but not as devastating as you murdering their other child.
That's why I gave it music. We can't beat that.
I can't think of anything to top it. And it's really dark and awful, but I just
It
can't.
is.
I was listening to, or not listening to, I was reading this Reddit thread, and it was like, what's the creepiest thing that you've ever read or heard online that's supposed to be true? Some
Yeah.
of them were fucked
Yeah.
and like awful. But one of them that really stood out was this guy, and I don't really listen to This American Life, but apparently this guy called in a few years ago, and I can't remember what they're calling, what the topic was. He was like regrets or something. But this old man called in, and he was like a kid, and I guess not old, but whatever. This guy called in, an adult, older, and he called in and said that in the 60s he had accidentally murdered his little baby sister, and that he blamed it on SIDS and had never told anyone about it, but just broke down on the radio and was just like sobbing and telling the story. And like I didn't hear it. I'm sure you can find a link online, but it was too much for me just reading the transcript. But it's like awful, and like he would like I don't know, like I can't even get into details of it because like it wasn't that violent. Like, and he totally just didn't get it. He was a little kid, but he was like, oh, it makes me sick just thinking about it. Anyway, I'll tell you. He suffocated her with a plastic bag, but just playing a game and not realizing the consequences, and blamed it on SIDS. And yeah, or I guess his parents thought it was SIDS or something, whatever. But
Just got away with it forever. That's fine.
and just realized what he had done, and was just like, what the fuck happened? And yeah, like I can't imagine like that's fucked. It's fucked.
Continuing the darkest episode
Yes, the
ever.
darkest timeline right now.
Well, I had a friend who he actually saw, like, you know, remember all that like Magnata stuff, like that guy who was
Magnata?
Yeah, he was like this guy in Quebec or something. He was like wanted by the FBI and everything, and he was like killing people.
How long ago was
he had
this?
like mailed heads places and feet.
Is this like
places.
the porn porn star serial killer, whatever the guy's name was?
Something like that. It
That's
was
what he
like-
called himself. Like recently, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Like
It was
he
a
like
few
killed
years
that
ago.
like young Chinese girl or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was. He was like doing stuff. He was like filming stuff like on webcams and like putting it online.
Ugh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
fucked.
I have a friend who like saw this thing, like saw some of it when it was online, and like contacted police. and
So
was
like he
"I
saw it
just
like
saw
before the
this."
story broke and shit.
Yeah, and was just like, this looks real. Like this looks very real. This is fucked up.
What the fuck is someone looking up to be able to come across that?
Well, there's all kinds of like sites that host fucking
Yeah,
crazy videos.
Totally,
right?
even just like Live Leaks has awful shit
exactly.
on it.
Like
but
if you're watching Live Leak,
there's a
or
lot of
something.
gore sites.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't. I personally just can't handle it,
No.
which is crazy because I love movies like that, but I always know that it's fake, you know.
Yeah.
But like knowing like
That it's
real,
for real.
like real gore videos, like I've never
No,
could
it's
handle it.
disgusting. Yeah, even as a kid with like Rotten, and
Yeah.
stuff, like couldn't do that.
Couldn't do Rotten.
And there was kids who would love that stuff, and we're all better.
Yeah,
than
like
that.
at lunch, you go to someone's
Drunk me
house and
crazy.
like you drink on lunch in
Yeah.
high school, and people would like put on Rotten, and I was always just like,
No. Yeah, it was like, yeah, exactly, like morgue photos and shit like
Yeah,
that. It's
I can't handle it.
Or like Faces of Death.
yeah, even just like. Oh, anyways, what happened with this guy? Did they
Well,
follow-
eventually, it was the guy, right? Like,
Right.
eventually, like he never heard about it or anything, and
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know if it was. I'm sure there was probably lots of tips and probably lots of people contacted the police. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was fucked up. Like it was one of those things where it's like you see something crazy like that, it's like, and you think twice. You're like, fuck, I should do something about that.
Fucked. I don't know how. I have no idea how I'd react to something like that. Like I
Yeah.
can't. Ugh, it makes me sick and scared and weirded out that people like that fucking exist. You know?
Yeah. How much time we got?
5 minutes.
What's the nicest thing that you've ever done for somebody?
Nicest thing that I've ever done for somebody.
Just like a random person you did not know, for a stranger. What's the nicest thing you did for a stranger?
And like, is it something that they knew that I did or no?
Not necessarily.
It's like an anonymous act of kindness.
Doesn't necessarily have to be anonymous. Like today, well, I think of this because today I was going up the subway stairs, and there was this guy who was getting, like, everyone was getting off the bus, and there's a ton of people who were all going up the stairs out of the bus thing. And this guy had a glove that somebody dropped and was, like, trying to tap someone who was going up the stairs, like, hey, you dropped your glove. And they weren't listening, so he was, like, waiting in line, like, behind everybody else behind me, and I was going up the stairs behind this woman. I was like, give me your glove, give me the glove. And so I grabbed the glove from the guy and like found her and like gave her the glove.
It's a nice thing.
Yeah, but I was like, fuck, it's like, I wish I did something like that fucking every day. Like, I wish people did that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah. I can't think of, like, I don't know about, like, the nicest, but, like...
That's not,
I've
like,
definitely,
it's crazy
like,
nice or anything,
I've
but...
definitely been, like, in line at, like, a grocery store or something, and the person behind you will just, like, not have quite enough money, and I know that it's embarrassing and shit, and they're only, like, a few bucks off, and I'll be like, yeah, don't worry.
Have you done
I got
that?
it. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If I'm, like, in a good mood. Like, if it's, like... If the person's
only
being...
done that out of, like, annoyance. Like, oh, fuck, here, take $2. Go,
Yeah.
go.
But see, like, no, if I'm annoyed with the person, it's usually because the person's being, like, a dick about it or something, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, let this person be embarrassed.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
when I can see someone's just, like, you know,
Fuck.
down on their luck or
Yeah.
something, and then it's just like, yeah, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Like, here's
Yeah.
$5. I don't care. Get your groceries, it's fine. I've done that a couple times. But, like, yeah, it really depends on the person. I'm not going to do it just for anybody.
No, for sure.
But, like, if someone who I can tell is just down on their luck and it sucks and they're having a shit day, yeah, I'll help with that.
Galen, nicest thing?
I got nothing. I only do things out of spite.
Nothing, eh? Nothing. Wow. That's the type of guy that Galen brings
I
to the
do
table.
wonderful, nice things for people I know, but not for strangers. What if I accidentally help the next Hitler Jim?
Hitler Jim. That
The
is...
next Hitler Jim.
Hey, I like the sound of these.
Your Hitler accent.
This is pretty
Pretty good.
Oh, Pepe Le Pew.
Pretty
I get
good.
it. I like the sounds of these. Let's paint a white stripe on that black cat. And we brought it back to humor, ladies and gentlemen.
I got
Whew.
nothing.
Alright, well, somebody should post on our Facebook page.
Yeah, somebody.
Anybody.
Tell us a
I don't
nice
know.
thing that you did.
But, like, how often do we post on our Facebook page?
Once every Wednesday. I don't know.
Make
I
me.
throw things out.
Can you make
whether-
me, like, an administrator on it? I'll start
Yeah,
posting
I
more.
meant to do that. I forgot.
All right. Do it to both of us. Then we can all
So
rate
I
it.
do.
I'm already one.
Well, fuck Jim.
I just don't do it.
So is Rob. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, well, make me one, and then I'll try to do it as well.
Take the reins.
Although I never do it to my own poetry page, so... I have 2 poetry readings coming up at the end of the month. If people are interested,
So
if anyone
favorite
even
family.
listens.
Eric's an administrator.
Yep.
Jesus.
We should get him back on.
Is
He's
Rob
never
moving
come
downtown again? Did anyone know about that?
Oh, right. That was a thing. I don't know. I don't know if he is. I have not heard.
Do you want to be a manager, a moderator, an advertiser, or an insights
Jesus.
analyst?
What means I can post stuff?
I'll just be manager. All right.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Sorry, this was the realest episode.
Yeah, it got dark there.
Although it went by really quickly.
Yeah.
So
We brought
maybe we need to be morbidly depressing all the time. Talked about death. Talked about serial killers. Talked about murdering family. What's
Making,
that? What's
your
it?
parents
Yeah.
just hurt emotionally. All of them.
What's it? What's like sibling side called? What's it called? Like, like these like
fraternicide or something.
something like that. Yeah, we talked about that. Really dark, ladies and gentlemen. And all of this was said into a silver microphone with 2 Ewoks attached to it. Just so you get a picture of what we're talking about here. Follow me at SPNCRBTT on Twitter.
We have an Instagram with 34 pictures on it now.
34 pictures.
34 pictures.
Go on the podcast at Instagram.
Go the podcast.
Go the podcast. Why go the podcast?
Technically, it's Go the podcast.
What do you mean, Geo?
Well, every time I put go on, everyone's like, "Why is it Goon?" It's just that dick and the other dick, Kyle. I think mostly were like, Goon. Says Goon the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I call it, actually.
So
just Geo the podcast, all one word. Geo the podcast on Instagram. Follow it. Galen will do it all the time. We'll add to our Tumblr.
there we go.